Michael Jordan. His name alone sends chills down the spine of basketball fans everywhere. 6-time NBA champion, 6-time Finals MVP, 5-time NBA MVP, 10-time scoring champion, Defensive Player of the Year. He was a 3-time All-Star Game MVP. He won the dunk contest twice. He won 2 gold medals at the Olympics and hit the national championship winning shot in college. He's a global icon and the man universally recognized as the greatest basketball player of all time. But here's the twist. While he's celebrated as the GOAT, there's an argument to be made that Michael Jordan actually ruined basketball. Not intentionally, of course, but simply by being too good. His dominance, his ability to win, his iconic highlights, and his brand building off the court set a standard so impossibly high that no player, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, or anyone else has ever truly come close to matching. Jordan didn't just raise the bar, he made it unreachable. He didn't just dominate his opponents, he erased their legacies. And in the process, he made basketball into something larger than life, but also something no one could ever live up to. Let's break down how Michael Jordan, through his brilliance, ruined basketball. Michael Jordan wasn't just great, he was dominant on a level that felt almost unfair. From the mid-1980s to the late 1990s, Jordan controlled basketball like no one before or after. He won 6 championships in 8 years, and that included 2 three-peats. And here's the kicker. He never lost in the NBA Finals. Not once. Every time Jordan reached the ultimate stage, he won. Compare that to LeBron James, who, despite being an all-time great, has 6 Finals losses. Or Kobe Bryant, who has 5 rings, but also 2 Finals defeats. Jordan's record is spotless. And it wasn't just winning. It was how he won. He hit game-winning shots with defenders draped over him. He soared through the air for dunks that felt like something out of a movie. He pulled off impossible circus layups that left even his opponents shaking their heads. Jordan created highlight after highlight that is still replayed to this day. The flu game, the shoulder shrug against Portland, the shot over Craig Elo, the switching hands layup in the 1991 finals, the iconic push-off jumper in 1998. The problem? No one else can measure up. Every star since, Kobe, LeBron, Durant, Giannis, is unfairly judged against Jordan. His dominance created a shadow so large that it almost suffocated the legends that came after him. That's why some think Jordan ruined basketball. He made perfection the expectation. Basketball is entertainment, and no one ever entertained like Michael Jordan. His airtime was mythical. He didn't just dunk, he seemed to hang in the air longer than physics should allow. He was the first man to truly play above the rim. His free throw line dunk in the '88 slam dunk contest remains one of the most iconic visuals in sports history. His tongue wagging mid-flight, his one-handed palm of the ball, his emphatic slams, they weren't just points, they were moments. But it wasn't only the dunks. Jordan's game winners and layups became theater. The way he twisted his body mid-air for an impossible finish, or nailed a buzzer beater fadeaway with 3 defenders in his face. He made basketball feel like a scripted Hollywood drama. And therein lies the issue. Once fans experienced the Jordan aesthetic, everything else felt smaller. His highlights weren't just plays, they became cultural moments. Today, when a star hits a clutch shot, people instantly compare it to Jordan's moments. Did it feel as big? Did it look as iconic? Most of the time, the answer is no. Jordan's visuals set the gold standard for what basketball greatness looks like. And by doing so, he made everything after him feel like a sequel to a blockbuster you can never top. Jordan wasn't just a player, he was a brand too. And that's another way he ruined basketball. He turned superstardom into something unreachable. Air Jordans, the most famous sneakers ever made, even in 2025. Nearly 40 years after his first Air Jordan dropped, his shoes outsell almost every modern star's sneaker line. The Mars Blackman commercials with Spike Lee, the iconic Jumpman logo, the global marketing empire with Nike. Jordan wasn't just on TV, he was everywhere. Billboards, commercials, movies, and of course, Space Jam, the ultimate crossover between sports, Hollywood, and pop culture. Jordan's box office appeal was unmatched. People didn't just watch Bulls games, they bought tickets because they had to see Michael Jordan in person. He was sports' biggest draw, bigger than any baseball player, bigger than any football player. He was bigger than basketball itself. And here's why this matters. Every player who's come after has had to live in Jordan's marketing shadow. Kobe Bryant modeled his game after Jordan, but never reached the same commercial dominance. LeBron James built his own empire, but still hasn't outsold Jordan's sneakers. Even players like Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, global icons in their own right, pale in comparison to the machine that was Michael Jordan. Jordan's brand evolution raised the stakes so high that no star has ever reached his combination of dominance on the court and dominance off of it. That's another way he ruined basketball, by becoming too big for anyone else to catch. Jordan's dominance didn't just affect his legacy, it altered the legacies of his opponents. Think about it. Charles Barkley, one of the greatest power forwards ever, an MVP, a rebounding machine, no rings. Why? Michael Jordan. Patrick Ewing, the heart of the New York Knicks, one of the best centers of his era, no rings. Why? Jordan. Reggie Miller, one of the greatest shooters of all time, a clutch killer known for tormenting the Knicks, no rings, same reason, Michael Jordan. Karl Malone and John Stockton, arguably the best pick and roll duo the game has ever seen, 2 trips to the finals, 2 losses to Michael Jordan. The 90s are full of Hall of Famers who might have had championships if Jordan didn't exist. He slammed the door on an entire generation of legends. And this is also why some say he ruined basketball by creating an era where greatness was defined solely by whether you could beat him. And since nobody could, so many legendary careers are remembered not for what they achieved, but for what Jordan denied them. In sports, that kind of dominance is both awe-inspiring and devastating. Since Jordan retired, every superstar has lived under what some call the Jordan curse. Kobe Bryant came closest. His footwork, his mentality, his killer instinct, everything was patterned after Jordan. He won 5 championships and gave us legendary performances like his 81-point game. But still, the question remained, was he as good as Jordan? And for most people, the answer was no. LeBron James, a physical marvel unlike anything we've ever seen, has carried the weight of expectation since he was a teenager. 4 championships, countless finals appearances, and an all-time scoring record. And yet, the conversation always circles back. But is he better than Jordan? The truth is, Jordan's dominance created an impossible measuring stick. Every clutch shot, every dunk, every championship is judged against him. And because of that, no one can ever truly escape his shadow. This is what some experts define as the ultimate way Jordan ruined basketball, by making it impossible for anyone else to stand alone. No matter how great today's stars become, they're always compared to the ghost of number 23. When people talk about Jordan, they talk about perfection. 6 for 6 in the finals, 10 scoring titles, countless highlights, an aura of invincibility. But perfection is a double-edged sword. It inspires, but also intimidates. Young players growing up idolized Jordan, but they also inherited the burden of his shadow. Coaches, analysts, and fans demand every new star replicate the Jordan formula: score, defend, win, dominate, and be the face of the league. But that formula is outdated. The NBA has changed. Teams now spread the floor, rely on analytics, and emphasize different skills. Yet, because of Jordan, the definition of greatness remains stuck in the 1990s. That's why every new player, no matter how revolutionary, ends up being unfairly compared to Jordan instead of being judged on their own terms. In other words, Jordan's perfection has frozen the conversation. Basketball can evolve, but the debate always circles back to him, making his era the eternal benchmark. So did Michael Jordan ruin basketball? Yes and no. He raised the sport to heights it had never seen before. He made basketball global. He created the most iconic moments, the most legendary highlights, and the most unshakable aura of greatness. But in doing so, he also set the bar so impossibly high that no one since has truly lived up to it. He dominated his era so thoroughly that he denied greatness to his rivals. He built a brand so massive that no one has matched it. He made perfection look routine, which has made every other superstar look lesser by comparison. Jordan didn't ruin basketball by being bad for it. He ruined basketball by being too good for it. He left behind a legacy so enormous, so untouchable, that every player since has been chasing a ghost they can never catch. And that, in its own way, is the curse of Michael Jordan. So what do you think? Did Michael Jordan ruin basketball by being too dominant, too iconic, and too perfect? Or is he simply the greatest gift the game has ever had? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's debate. Was Jordan the GOAT or the reason no one else can ever be the GOAT? And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into basketball history. Thank you for watching, and remember, legends never die, but some are so great, they change the game forever. This is the Swish Files.